Hello guys, this is Champion Marks here for another black and white Wi-Fi battle. God, it has been ages since I did one of these, but anyway, let's get started. Anyway, this battle was versus a YouTuber known as Metaflygon. His link in the description, because he is a really awesome guy. Anyway, he leads off with the Gliscor, as I lead off with my Gigalith. Now, this was a team that I was going to use in a tournament made by Fly7Gone, but unfortunately my opponent kind of quit the tournament, so yeah, I move on to round 2, but this team's not really going to get much more action, but hey, at least that means I can upload this battle with no fear that my opponent will scout out what I have and make his team accordingly, because I'm just going to change this next round. Anyway, his Gliscor goes for the taunt on my Gigalith, which kind of screwed me over because I didn't get up my Stealth Rocks, and as I switch out, he gets up his Stealth Rocks. But thankfully, I didn't see the Toxic Orb on him, so I know that he's not a Poison Heal one, and him having Stealth Rocks just confirms that even more, even though most Gliscors that have Poison Heal usually have a Toxic Orb to take advantage of it. But anyway, yeah. I go for the obvious move, go for the Hidden Power Ice, as he switches into his Heateruma. Now, despite the obvious name that it has, inferring that it is a Choice Bander, cause Shofu reference, I thought that it was Scarfed, so I feared it intensely and went out to my Kingdra expecting, Scarfed Flare Blitz to the face. But he does go for the Stone Edge because, super effective and stuff, and it misses, which, yeah, because of that, I didn't get to see whether it was actually Choice Banded or Scarfed, because, yeah, damage usually tells you whether it's Banded or Scarfed. But yeah, this is actually a really awesome Kingdra set, because it's actually max defense, and that really does pay off for me later in the match. But anyway, he switches into his Blissey to take the obvious water move, and I get the Scald Burn hacks, which really doesn't matter because Blissey in itself can take special moves all day long, and more importantly, Blissey has natural cure, so yeah, I can just get rid of that burn anytime it freaking wants to, and burn doesn't increase its damage like poison from Toxic does. But anyway, I don't want him to know that I'm gonna have rest just yet, so yeah, don't want him to get status on me too early. But anyway, I just go into Gigalith because Gigalith can take on Blissey pretty easily, as this is a Suicide League Gigalith, so it really doesn't mind taking the Paralysis / Toxic, though I did think it would have the Toxic over the Thunder Wave, but yeah, Thunder Wave works too. Anyway, he just gets some leftovers, and I'm gonna go for some Stealth Rocks and this obvious switch out, because why would you keep Blissey in on an obvious Exploder? But yeah, he switches out into, I believe, his Chandelure. Maybe he was predicting that I would go for the Stealth Rocks, and he wanted to get this thing in before the Stealth Rocks would happen, because he did see that I had the Stealth Rocks earlier, but yeah, anyway, it really doesn't matter. Now, what I should have done here is gone for the Endure that I do have to get activate my Custop Berry and go for Rock Slide on it. But he probably would have predicted that anyway. But yeah, I kind of forgot that Chandelure had Energy Ball altogether, so it really didn't cross my mind to even consider going for that attack. But anyway, yeah, I just bring in my Garchomp here because Garchomp is pretty damn awesome, and even if your Chandelure is Scarfed, it won't be able to outspeed me because I'm also Scarfed. Matter of fact, might not even be able to outspeed me if it was Scarfed, and I wasn't. But anyway, I go for the Outrage, predicting his pretty obvious switch into Gliscor, so I do go for the Outrage, and here I figure out that it's not actually carrying leftovers. It's carrying a Rugged element, which is odd to say the least, so I'm guessing this guy must be like a legit player that doesn't use Salve or Action Replay or anything, because otherwise he more than likely would have had leftovers on. But yeah, props to you for being legit. And yeah, but unfortunately it doesn't really pay off from here because I'm going to get the easy 2-hit KO with Outrage thanks to him not having leftovers recovery. And now he goes into his Hydreigon, and I was thinking, okay, why would he bring this in? Like, unless it was Scarfed. But, yeah, turns out later it wasn't, and he was just, expecting me to get Confusion Max. But, yeah, I just go into Bravery. I think I spelled that wrong, but anyway. Yeah, my Cobalion, because I'm thinking, even though I have no defensive investments or HP investments whatsoever, I can take the Draco Meteor, and I do, but I do take pretty damn heavy damage from that, and it really did not click in my mind to think that because of that heavy damage that he was choice specs, because I really don't see Hydreigons too often, so I didn't really occur to me, and I was still in the insinuation that he was choice scarfed and that I was just that frail. But yeah, I go for the X-Scissor here, which probably wasn't the smartest play, but for some reason I thought it would be good, because, you know, it's super effective on Hydreigon, and if you switched out, it would still do damage to anything that he brought in. But yeah, anyway, here I just go for the Iron Head, and of course, because I outsped him, I found out that Chandelure's not scarfed, so yeah. Kind of wondering which one is, because none of the things that are usually scarfers don't carry a scarf. But anyway, I get the useful flinch hacks here, because that means that while dying to my Life Orb, I can also kill off his Chandelure with another Iron Head, which really didn't matter, because I could have switched, could have went into my Garchomp / Boltros to easily take this guy out later in the match, or he could have died to excessive Stealth Rock damage. Either way, it wasn't really too big of a threat if he didn't get the flinch on me and kill me. But anyway, I go into my Boltros, considering, like, you know, I'm thinking, yeah, this is the best switch in. He can hit pretty much everything on his team half decently hard. But yeah, he goes into his Hihiruma, and of course, despite the obvious name, I still am under the insinuation this thing is choice scarfed, even though why would I think that this thing is choice scarfed if I thought that his Hydreigon was choice scarfed? Because carrying two scarfers when neither of them carries trick is kind of stupid. But anyway, here confirms that it's choice band in my mind, which I should have known, obviously, from the name, like I've been saying all match, because max defense, max HP Kingdra would not have taken anywhere near that much damage unless it was a choice bander. And here he just switches back into his Blissey because, you know, I'm a special attacker, and Blissey can kind of take on any special attacker, even though Blissey isn't exactly the best thing to have on a team anymore, because fighting types are, like, all over the place. Though it does take a decent amount of damage, though probably has Soft Boil or Wish, like all Blisseys seem to have, so it can recover that off pretty easily. Anyway, now I go for the really cool play here and go for the rest, because yes, this is a rest-talking Kingdra with Scald and Dragon Breath, which I don't remember who I saw this from, but I thought it was a pretty awesome original set, so I tried out, because yeah, it actually worked pretty effectively in this match. And of course his Thunder Wave failed because I'm faster and went with the rest. Even if he did get the Thunder Wave off first, rest would have negated that, but yeah. Now he just makes a switch out into his Hydreigon, thinking that I just, you know, would stay asleep so he could get off a free Draco Meteor on me, but thankfully, because I carry Sleep Talk, this is not the case, and I do get actually a Dragon Breath off on this guy, which was pretty cool, because, you know, nothing at all ever carries Dragon Breath, because, you know, really weak move, but this guy does carry it for the 30% chance of Paralyze, and in this case it's super effective, so it does a crap ton of damage. So yeah, that Hydreigon's not going to be staying around for too much longer after that, even though he does get the free Specs Draco Meteor off of me, because, yeah, after the match he told me it was Specs, not Scarf, even though I was thinking that it was Scarf this entire match. Anyway, yeah. Draco Meteor obviously kills me because super effective, and I am physical defense, not special defense, but thankfully, I can just switch into my Garchomp after that KO safely and go for the Outrage to kill it. And yeah, idiot me, later in the match, I kind of forgot this Hydreigon was dead, so I took a risk that wasn't necessary with my Garchomp, but I'll get to that when I get to it. So yeah, Outrage completely rapes Hydreigon's face off because Garchomp is one of the most broken things ever, and I'm amazed that it hasn't been thrown back into Ubers yet, but yeah, I never really thought that it was an Uber, but yeah, still, surprises me that Smogon hasn't banned it again, but yeah. Just go for another Outrage, because Conkeldur's only form of recovery is Drain Punch, so the Outrage on it's going to be pretty useful, especially because most Conkeldurs have special defense EVs plus bulk up, so yeah, it's going to do a lot since he doesn't have any bulk ups on it. And goes for the Drain Punch here, which does a lot, but I can probably maybe survive a Mach Punch if he does have one, and thanks to the Rough Skin, I think he lost more HP than he actually gained there. So yeah, that's why Rough Skin on Garchomp is better than Sandveil. Well, when you're not running Sandstorm, gee, it is anyway. He just switches into his Blissey here because I got the 3-turn Outrage, not 2, which sucks for him because that means, yeah, his Blissey's gonna die because paper thin defense. And yeah, Garchomp has like massive attacks and shit. So yeah, the asshole that is Blissey dies. I know that everyone loves to see Blissey die, so yay, leave a like because, you know, Blissey died. But yeah, I get the confusion hacks here, which, because I kind of forgot that I had killed Hydreigon, I actually stayed in, tried to go for the sweep with Garchomp on Outrage, but thankfully on the first turn I don't get the confusion hacks and smack him in the face with an Outrage, which is cool, but yeah, I kind of forgot this Hydreigon was dead, like I said, so yeah, that was an unnecessary risk that I took there. Thankfully it paid off anyway, because get a free KO on his Heat-Aruma. Now, here he sends in his Conkeldurr again, and yeah, I'm really not concerned about switching out here because I'm just thinking like, meh, I got this game in the bag now, but I do get the Confusion Hacks, which, not surprising, Confusion Hacks does happen because, you know, 50% chance is a big chance, especially with my luck. But he goes for the Drain Punch here, gets a small amount of recovery that he does get off of that, and Rough Skin actually takes away more than he recovered with Drain Punch, Push, plus Shell Bell. Man, I can just not speak today. And yeah, this is basically the game, because Conkeldurr, even if it did have Mach Punch, which I'm not sure if it did, because it didn't go for it on Garchomp, it wouldn't kill Bultros anywhere, it wouldn't go anywhere near killing it, so I just go for the Thunderbolt for the KO, and that is the match. Good game, Metaflygon, pretty fun. We should do it again sometime, because I really don't get good battles like this. Matter of fact, I don't really get too many battles at all, but this was a pretty damn good one. So yeah, comment, rate, sub, and yeah, see you later, guys.